Okay, so let's get into dating itself, because
All right.
obviously you're a married man
Mm-hmm.
with kids. You've been through the dating experience yourself, and you mastered and became to what most men want: a marriage with
Oh,
kids.
don't say master. Don't ask my wife that. 'Cause she ain't gonna say I mastered.
Well, you've hit a pinnacle most men want to hit, right? In a good way, I would say.
I don't know that most men in the U.S. want to get married nowadays. To be
Well, they want a
honest with you.
girlfriend, or at
Yeah,
least,
at
or
least.
someone that they could trust in to
Yeah.
have kids with us at some point, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's say this: in dating itself, I think it's kind of cooked, because obviously, I'm outside, I'm in the dating space, and I've just seen things go so far left. It's like,
Yeah.
what's happening here? But ultimately, there's a little bit of hope, because not everyone's going to be bad or has
Mhm.
that bad intent. However, from your experience of being a therapist and dating yourself, what do you think is the biggest reason women have issues with dating for women?
Because they got what they wanted. They got feminism. They got the perks of being able to get sexual liberation and freedom, the ability to be able to do what they want, wear what they want, sleep with who they want, and have kids when they want to. The main thing is that feminism pushed all of that, encouraged them for all of that, but it never warned them about the consequences of doing that.
Yeah.
So that's actually the biggest issue, is that men really didn't deviate too much. They actually didn't change that much. What really shifted and changed was women's behavior, especially in relation to their sexuality. Um, and that's one of those weird things where it's like, even from a clinician perspective or a therapist perspective, a lot of therapists won't say that out loud,
Of course.
but it's true. It's like, if you have a woman in your therapy session and she's crying, she's depressed, she's taking these antipsychotic meds, or she's high on issues with anxiety, all this stuff going on, and then when you talk about her track record relationally, the only person she could blame is herself.
Self.
She picked every single guy. Her dad, her mother, another older mentor did not. So you're picking and choosing every guy, and they were using the lens. They were using their feelings as the lens to screen men. And so basically, the guys who are the best at talking.
With game?
Yeah, yes.
Tell them what they want to hear.
Yes,
Of course.
When guys tell them what they want to hear,
Gotcha, bitch.
it's true. Like, and before you know it, they gave them kids, they gave them sex, and you got to think about, from older previous generations, it used to be like, if we find out we're pregnant, now we got to get a shotgun wedding. That ain't happening nowadays.
Yeah.
So, and even earlier than that, it was just normal to be like, certain things came with marriage. The ladies decided none of those things come with marriage anymore, and then they're shocked.
Why?
They're like, "Oh, now no one wants to marry us," and I'm like, "Well,
That's what you wanted.
that's yeah."
Well, you chose.
They chose and wanted the aspects that were good,
Freedom.
and the freedom, the autonomy, the ability to be able to leave when they wanted to. But if men are watching and seeing body counts are going up, the attitude is crazy, the superficial standards that they're creating, especially based on their own money that men don't even care about. If all of this is changing with women, and then they're seeing how often women in general are leaving marriages, putting men on child support, breaking up families and households, a lot of men, especially in the Black community, are now slowing down with having children. So now you're getting a greater pool of women who's having kids with a small pool of men, and then there's a whole bunch of Black men who haven't had any kids at all. So that's so basically what's happening is the ladies are being frustrated with the fact that men are adapting. And one of the big things that they don't like is that when men adapt in their strategy is, you know what? It's too hard to figure it out here. I'm just going to go abroad, or I'm going to go out of the race. And and that's for a lot of them, that's actually the biggest issue, is the ladies never thought about the idea of a market where their men would go out of their race or out of their culture, out of their country to find other women. Now, I'm saying to the same ladies when I'm doing my podcast and stuff, ladies, y'all got to really, really think for a second. What quality of woman did you turn into? What quality of your behavior, like how were you acting that men were willing to go to a whole nother country to find other women? Do you know how bad you got to be for somebody to go to a whole nother country?
I need a passport. I need time off of work. I need to prepare to go to another country to get a girl. You're right. It's a bad bet, because if I see women leaving marriages, I could lose half my assets or even more. I could lose a bunch of my work I've done my entire life because she just decides to get bored.
Yeah.
Why even get married or have kids? And then let's say from her side of it. If I get married, I'm good to go. He takes on most responsibility. If I get bored, I can leave. I'm good to go. So I see why men are going abroad.